All right, so here we are with the two truths and a lie activity, looking at exponential functions. And so we have a graph on the left and then three statements over here on the right. One of them is a lie. So let's just take them one at a time and see which are true and which are not true. So for the very first one, for very large values of x, the exponential has very large values of y. And so let's look at that. When I look at x values, as my x values get bigger, I'm going further and further to the right. So is it true that I also have large y values? If I click on the exponential curve, I can see what the y values are. And as I move to the right, ask yourself, are those large y values? And those y values are getting closer and closer to zero. They'll never actually reach zero, but they're getting closer and closer to zero. I would not use the word large to describe those y values. So statement A is a lie. And I would explain it because as x gets bigger, y gets smaller. You could also use the word exponential decay, or you could say the graph goes down and to the right. There's actually many other ways you could explain the same observation, that as your x values get bigger, your y values get smaller. They do not get large. And just to double check that the other two statements really are truths, the y-intercept is 0, 1. That matches up. And the point negative 2 comma 4 is on the exponential. That's right there. So this is true, this is true, and this is false. So that's why we chose that one as the lie. So then on the next slide, you get a chance to make up your own and then try the challenges that other people make. And so you can drag these points around to make whatever sort of exponential curve you want. This bottom one drags the asymptote around, the floor around. Most of our examples in this class have had an asymptote of 0. This point right here kind of controls if it's growth or decay. And this point right here controls the rate of change, like the factor. So both of them kind of work to create the rate of change. So maybe let's do this. Let's call this maybe we'll do it this way. Let's do this. Okay. So now we get to write our two truths and a lie. So let's say that one statement is y-intercept is 0, comma 3. Another statement is for big values of x are big values of y. And another statement is the point negative 3 comma 1 on the exponential. And then we'll click the next slide one more time. And we'll see which one of those is a lie. So I want you to think about it yourself, please. Think about which one is a lie. Well, let's look at the y-intercept. So the y-intercept, remember, is always whatever number you get when x equals 0. So I don't see 3 there. So statement A is the lie. Statement B is true. For big values of x, there are big values of y because it's exponential growth. And statement C is true as well because when I go right here on the graph, negative 3 comma 1 is on the exponential. So there you go. That's the lie. You'll explain, and then you'll submit the challenge. I'll say because the y-intercept is a little bit below 3. And then submit the challenge. And as more students do this, you'll see other challenges showing up, and then you can return to this slide to complete more and more challenges. So thank you. Ask questions, make comments, and I will answer them.